played for 60-odd tests without injury, plenty of runs, played with a very successful side, Somerset. We hadn't won anything for 100 years or whatever it was, and we cleaned up just about every one-day trophy for about 6 years in a row. So, it was great times. Yeah, the walks, it's 30th anniversary last year. We've done 16 walks now around the world. If I'd have had the Revitive Medic, now the new one with me, it might not have been quite so painful. The last two, South Africa was just a few months ago, and the one before that, which was the toughest I've ever done, was in Sri Lanka because of the heat. There was 40-odd people that set off on day one. There was 4 of us left at the end of day one to do the whole walk. Everyone else came back and joined in, and that's, I think, when the Revitive machine got its most use. I think there's people queuing up at the end of each day to get on it, so we could have done with probably half a dozen machines. I've got a friend, Morris in the village, who's been a friend, Morris Benson, for many, many years. And Morris was a gamekeeper and worked on the moors and was very much an outgoing person. Then he had real problems with his knees, and it was restricting him. He wasn't able to go back up on the moors. He couldn't do his jobs up there because he wasn't mobile enough. And for the last 5 years, he's been on one of the machines. And I gave him the new model about 4 weeks ago when it came. And he said, it just gets better and better. He's now active again. He's now going up to Scotland with me next week for about 10 days fishing. He couldn't have done that 2 or 3 years ago. And he's driving all the way up there, which he wouldn't have been able to do. So there are enormous benefits. Yeah, Revitive, the new machine, the Medic, which is very well named, is the one that Morris swears by. He said every time the models have changed, they've gone up a gear. And he thinks the new Revitive Medic is the dogs, as they say, in the trade. Look, when I associate with companies, I tend to do it long term. I'm very loyal to the companies, and particularly if I believe in the product. And Revitive and what we've been doing with them and seeing the product grow over the years, it's a long-term investment, not just by me, but by them as well. And I'm seeing the rewards. As I've mentioned, friends in the village. Morris is now coming with me, instead of asking me how it all went, he's with me. When I first came on the market, I treated it like everybody, was it just a gimmick? And then I see the results, and when I put it on the first time, I got it, feet are going all over the place, and you can actually feel it. It just makes you feel good, and if it's making you feel good, it's doing good. But it's like everything. If you don't give it a go, you'll never know. I'm not saying it's going to cure anything. I'm not going to say that it's the best thing that ever happened. But for a lot of people, it's made a real difference.